Hello everyone, this is Tom Fox and I'd like to welcome you to the Daily Compliance News. The Daily Compliance News is an offering of the Compliance Podcast Network. October 12, 2019, the Pissed Off Employee Edition. First up, from the Wall Street Journal, Risk and Compliance Journal, another guilty plea in the ongoing PetroEcuador FCPA imbroglio, where a financial advisor based in Miami pled guilty to participating in a scheme that paid nearly $3 million in bribes to officials at the state-owned company. Frank Roberto Rapalda pled guilty Friday in federal court to one count of conspiracy to commit money laundering in the case. He was scheduled to start trial on Monday. While acting as a financial advisor to an unnamed oil field services contractor, he agreed to make illicit payments, which he funneled through shell companies and bank accounts in the Cayman Islands, Panama, Curacao, and Switzerland, according to prosecutors. He also admitted to working with Ecuadorian government officials to conceal bribes intended to be received from Odebrecht. So, more on that scandal. Next up, from the world of sports, and specifically track and field, or track, Nike announced it would shut down its Oregon Project, an elite athletes training program funded by the company after a doping scandal. Earlier this week, the head of the project, American long-distance runner and star coach Alberto Salazar, who had trained some of the world's best long-distance runners, was banned for 4 years from the sport for doping violations. Jeffrey Brown, a doctor who worked on the project, also received a 4-year ban. The chief executive of Nike, Mark Parker, has been under pressure since the revelations of internal emails showing he had been briefed about the test conducted by the doctor and the coach designed to establish how much testosterone it would take to trigger a positive result. So a pretty big black eye for Nike on that one, and for Alberto Salazar. If you're a runner or a long-distance runner, you know he's been a hero to many of us for a long time. And another one of our heroes bites the dust. Next up, our lead story. What is a recalcitrant or even pissed off employee? Well, one such person was Jeffrey Wada, who was a PCAOB inspections leader. And he did not get a promotion or two, and he got extraordinarily pissed off about this. And he didn't go postal. But what he did to get him in trouble was he went blabbing to KPMG. And what he blabbed to KPMG was the audit schedule that the PCAOB was going to utilize to take a look at KPMG audits. And this landed him in prison at the start of a very big scandal. Wada violated the terms of his employment with the PCAOB, but also the law when he provided confidential information about upcoming audit reviews to his co-conspirators at KPMG. He had hoped to secure a job at KPMG. Unfortunately, what he got was a 9-month prison sentence. He did cooperate with government investigators after he was arrested, which no doubt led to his reduced sentence. He passed over information to KPMG in January of 2017, and in March of 2016, after he'd been passed over for promotion, he provided information to KPMG, which KPMG then used to clean up its audits. So this was a huge scandal for both KPMG and the PCAOB. And there's probably a little bit more to come out about it. And finally, just a damning report on Boeing and the FAA, as reported in the New York Times. A multi-agency task force blamed a breakdown in the nation's regulatory system and poor communications from Boeing that compromised the safety of the 737 MAX jet twice before the two tragic crashes over the past couple of years. It's a really, like I said, very damning report of mistakes made all up and down the chain. Thanks for listening to the Daily Compliance News, and I hope you have a great weekend.